that the torch has been passed to a new generation of Americans.
He had come to the presidency as the child of wealth and privilege, as a World War II hero who had almost lost his life, as the winner of the closest of elections.
Not just the youngest elected, but also the first Catholic. And so that's another reason that he had to give a speech for the ages, a speech that would unite the country.
I didn't know you could be a president of the United States and not have gray hair.
Former Reagan speechwriter Peggy Noonan was a 10-year-old girl on New York's Long Island.
These new people who came in, they had dark hair, like sort of relatively young people, like parents, not like grandparents.
And it was not just youth, but glamour. After 15 years of the Midwest plain-spoken Harry Truman and then Dwight Eisenhower, Jacqueline Kennedy was not just impossibly young, a 31-year-old First Lady, but strikingly attractive. John Kennedy took the oath of office, bathed in brilliant winter light. But what is most remembered are the words.
That we shall pay any price, bear any burden.
People remember this as a kind of Cold War speech because of the "we'll pay any price, bear any burden." But most of the rest of the speech was about peace and about negotiations and about the threat of nuclear war.
Let us never negotiate out of fear, but let us never fear to negotiate.
Longtime Kennedy speechwriter and advisor Ted Sorensen was often given credit for the inaugural address. Thurston Clark disagrees.
The torch has been passed to a new generation. Bear any burden, those were Kennedy. He had a Sorensen draft in front of him on January 10th. He flew to Palm Beach. He looked at the draft, and he dictated his changes and additions to the draft.
At the Kennedy Library in Boston, Director Tom Putnam showed us the display that includes pages from the steno pad of Kennedy's secretary.
Even in her shorthand, you can see she's written out the words "long twilight struggle" or "the trumpet summons us again," tyranny, disease, war itself. These are signature lines that we remember, and really this is the genesis of them on that flight down to Palm Beach.
Most memorable, of course, is the line that defined his central message.
Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country.
The sudden end of the Kennedy presidency left behind a sense of what could have been.
This was a presidency interrupted. It didn't have enough time to impose real meaning. It had enough time to impose a mood and to impose an indelible memory.